And this is what happens when people get trapped below a poverty line. And the question is, how can you get ahead? So first, let's define the security poverty line. The security poverty line is a term coined by Wendy Nadler of the 451 Security Group. And the idea here is that organizations that don't have enough resources to do even the minimal security, that everybody would look at them and say, well, you have to do this, right? You have to run antivirus. Whether you think antivirus is effective or not, you have to run antivirus. You have to look at your log files. You have to have a firewall. You have to have an IDS. And at some point you look around and you say, well, there's me, and there's my 7,300 euro budget. How am I supposed to do any of this, let alone all of it? So what happens is you run into this mindset that we'll call the security subsistence syndrome. And what this says is, since you can't even do the barest minimum to cover your own ass, all you're going to do is cover your ass. Because the last thing you want to have is someone say, well, you didn't install antivirus, and instead you were off playing with this weird open source technology that none of us have heard about. Nobody ever got fired for buying IBM antivirus. You pick whatever it is. And that's what drives this mentality. The mentality that when you think you can't do enough, that you'd better not do anything different. And different is what security needs to be about. It's what we have to do to go forward. Because if we don't, what we're going to do is we're going to start accruing technical debt. Now, technical debt is that work that you cast into the future. It's just like deficit spending. It's deficit spending about your engineering, right? If you build something and you intentionally leave a capability out for the future, that's technical debt. You're going to have to come back and fix it. If you don't make your software maintainable, if you leave anything done, in the future you have more risk, and the future is going to get much harder. And what makes technical debt very painful is you very rarely know that it exists. In fact, in most companies, the people who keep track of technical debt have very high